2, 1, 0. I hear voices in my head, they counsel me, they understand, they talk to me.
Hey, my freaky, deaky parapod peeps. You're in for another wild episode of Talk Supernatural Radio, where we have everything you need.
Well, not everything.
What do you mean, not everything?
Like, we don't have a payphone, so if they need a payphone, we don't have that. And we don't have a plot for the new X-Files miniseries. That's going to be good. Or we don't know if April from Sharknado is going to live or not. Hashtag April lives or hashtag April dies.
Heidi, I was talking about supernatural things.
Sharknado is supernatural.
No, we have all the info on the supernatural.
Sharknado supernatural. Yeah. Sharks falling from the sky.
It does happen.
It's pretty serious stuff. Well, you would know, right?
Yeah, I would know.
Well, this episode we're discussing supernatural beings. Angels, spirit guides.
Oh, it's all about me.
And demons. Correct.
Oh.
Correct.
No. You said supernatural.
Oh.
And I am for sure super and all natural, baby.
Welcome to yet another installment of Information and Satire, where we bring you important information about the spiritual aspects of all things.
And we are going to have fun with it. If you don't know who we are or what we do, I am SWL. The one, in the one, by the one, for the one and only one, brother.
I think you should be a WWE wrestler or announcer. One or the other. Definitely. I heard something happened with Hulk Hogan today, so maybe you could, take that place.
I don't know. I don't know what he did yet. I haven't... I'm busy working. I haven't kept up. Maybe I don't want to...
I don't want to know.
Yeah, maybe I don't want to know.
But you do that really good. You sound like a wrestler. It's pretty cool. The one, whatever you say.
Well, I am... That's just me.
Yeah. Well, I'm just Heidi Linden, and we head up SWAT Supernatural Investigations, and we investigate, research, and study all the supernatural, as well as assist people with spiritual afflictions. You can check out more of what we do at EPH612SWAT.com.
SWAT.
And this episode...
Send money.
Wait,
What? What?
Subliminal messages?
No, come on, read your... Keep focus. Every week, how many times
You're
a month
whispering in the
do
microphone.
I have to...
Send
I
money.
was no... Oh, stop it.
Oh, 'cause stop it, you. This episode of Talk Supernatural, we wanted to hash out some 411 on the supernatural beings not often talked about.
That is the same as 411.
Or 41-1.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Or backwards, 114.
Whoa.
I know, it gets
Don't blow
deep.
my mind, all
I know,
right?
it's like the whole math thing. It's just not working. But in the paranormal world, we hear a lot about ghosts and stuff like that, but we don't hear a lot about angels, spirit guides, and demons. Yeah. They're spiritual presences, too.
Yes.
You know, they get the, the brush off. So.
And actually, yeah, and the angels are probably more present than anything, and they're just can be a lot harder to detect.
Well, I think that in retrospect, they're all angels. Just what kind? And so that's where we're going to get into stories and scripture and things like that.
Oh, that can be deep.
It can be, yeah.
Oh.
Well, angels are the most common. So in Greek, it's agiglios, maybe?
Agiglios!
Okay. And in Hebrew?
Milak!
Shh. Don't get so excited.
Oh, sorry. Get too loud again.
Yeah, it means messenger.
Messenger. Milak.
Are you Hebrew?
Maybe.
Yeah. You say it pretty good. Malak. I don't know.
I think it's more like Malak. Yeah.
Yeah, messenger.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll say angels.
Okay.
Spiritual beings of God. The name means messenger of God, so they act as an attendant or agent or messenger of God, traditionally known to look human, with wings, a long robe, a halo, that whole...
Thus me?
Oh, Lord.
Yes.
They're found in various religions and mythologies to guard and guide, protect, give messages, carry out tasks. But tonight we're just going to touch on the Christian foundation because, well, one, we're Christians, and two, the main topic isn't angels anyways, and we don't have 5 hours because we could get so deep and share.
So deep we couldn't find our way out.
We couldn't. All right.
What was that?
That was
funny voice you made.
That was you.
That was me. What was the voice you made?
I don't know. I tried to do you. I don't.
That's pretty lame.
Yeah, I try. I don't know.
All right. How many people out there really think she should try to do me? Let us know.
Oh gosh. Are you done?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. I'm all about the podcast.
Yeah, I see that.
Potorama, Super Pod.
Potteroni.
Potteroni.
Angels are mentioned at least 108 times in the Old Testament and 165 times in the New Testament. Both good and evil angels. So there are special categories. Cherubim, which are the ones that mainly worship God. The seraphim, which are known to be the fiery burning ones. And the archangel, which is the chief of angels. And we know the head honcho guy.
Michael.
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 Isn't that guy from... Oh, never mind.
Never mind.
Remember that movie? Michael? With John Travolta? John Travolta's the head angel.
What?
Yeah, Michael. Remember?
John Travolta's the head angel?
He dances and... Remember all that?
He was like,
that was a good movie.
Fat or something, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was chunk-a-lunk. It was a good movie, though.
Let's look at some scripture here. In Colossians 1:16, it says, "For by him were all things created, that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible. Whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers, all things were created by him and for him."
Him meaning?
The Lord my God deliver us from the hands of the Egyptians. Oh Lord, who am I to deliver your message? Never mind, go ahead.
My special guest tonight is Moses. Or Charlton Heston. I'm not sure which. In Psalms 148, it talks about the sun, the moon, the stars, and all the creations of God, and it also brings up angels being creations of God, and how God spoke them into existence. Because a lot of people think that angels always were like God,
No.
but the Bible doesn't say that.
God created all things.
Right, exactly. And people forget that since angels are spirits, that they don't have to be visible at all for us for them to be there. So
well, it's there's a whole other plateau and realm or what we do not see.
Exactly.
That's going on. There is.
And sometimes we get a glimpse of it. A lot of people
Yeah.
have experienced angelic things, or even in dreams.
Yep, and
So-
and we've both had our personal experiences with what we do believe to be angels.
That's
It's
why
not a lot.
Hebrews 13:2.
It says, "Be nice to everyone. They could be angels." And in parentheses, it says, "Some have been unaware that they have entertained angels."
I believe that.
I do too. I actually teach at one of the Bible studies. That one video. Remember the name of that video?
I
It's in
don't
my
know.
Bible study.
It's with the homeless guy.
It's a homeless guy. Yeah, they're shooting a
Music video.
A music video. What kind of a music video?
I think he's a Christian. It's a Christian song,
Right.
and he's like in New York or something on the streets.
Yeah, he's in a park. And one Lord, one Father. Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah, but if no one sees the video, they're like,
Yeah.
"What is like a
Yeah.
vada?" You don't.
Well, this black guy shows up and he appears to be homeless, and he just kind of joins in, and he knows the song.
And he's singing, and he adds things.
He adds things to the song that you really got to think about a minute.
What he says
What
is
he
like
says, yeah.
the perspective.
It's one Lord, one God, one Father, and he talks about lifting up. He adds
Tiny
stuff like
hands
lift
or
up
something?
your
Or-
tiny hands
Yeah.
and stuff like this. I'm
It's
thinking,
like, how are our hands tiny?
Why are our hands tiny?
Because
I mean,
your hands are tiny too. Then aren't you a person
right?
too?
But this guy knew the song quite well, and he just kind of came out of nowhere and left out of nowhere. And I believe
It's such a cool video. Maybe we could. You know what? Next week we could play a clip of
We
it.
could.
Yeah, because
we're going to do a little more of this next week on
Yeah.
this thing, so we could do that.
it is really cool. Or what about that one time you said that you think you were saved by an angel when you were driving in a
it
car?
had to be. It was a very strange intersection in town here where we live, and it's everything's like meets at stop signs and lights in angles. And I was the second car in line going to the job in the mornings about 8:30 in the morning. This is a long time ago now, 15 years maybe. And it's my turn to go. And then suddenly, and remember, I'm the second car in line, so it's my turn to go, and suddenly, out of nowhere, there is a man in the middle of the crosswalk. On my green light, I can go, and he's walking, and this guy is walking so stinking slow. I'm surprised he ain't still walking across that street. He's going so slow. So I couldn't go. At the precise moment that I couldn't go, somebody ran the red light, doing full speed. They didn't even see it or whatever.
Like what was
they
full
ran
speed
it what
like?
it would have been where I would have been in that intersection.
Like 45 or something?
About 30, 35 miles an hour. Would have hit me right in the driver's door. It was all, the timing was just perfect. And I recognized it instantly. I was like, I had my partner with me for work, and I was like, whoa. He's like, if that guy wouldn't have been there. And then we look, if that guy wouldn't have been there, remember I told you how slow he was walking.
Right.
So he's almost in my way. I really can't go. Car speeds through, and then the next second, I'm like, if that guy was gone.
He wasn't even in the crosswalk.
He wasn't in the crosswalk. He wasn't down the street. He wasn't across the street. He was gone. And to be honest with you, he didn't look real angelic. He looked kind of like a street person in a way. He was a black man. Has nothing to do with it. But raggedy clothes on and just didn't look all that great. But that's exactly the kind of angels God would send. He's not looking
regular
to draw
people looking. Sure.
Regular people, regular Joes. And out there, and I have to believe. And you can say, well, maybe not, coincidence. Well, maybe. But not to me, it wasn't. The timing was just epic. It was, like, perfect. And for that guy not to be, within... Yeah. He should have only been a few more steps away, and he was gone.
In that, when you told me that story, that reminded me of my similar story, in a way, had to do with cars, but same thing. I was taking a bus, and me and my son were getting off this, before obviously we met, getting off the bus, and I had to cross the street, same thing, about 35-mile-an-hour street. I got off the bus, and I had to cross the street to get to my apartments. And so when the bus took off, I see my fiancé at the time pulling in, and he stops, and he waves, so I'm thinking he's telling me, hey, come get in the truck, I'll give you a ride down to the apartments to our building. So, not thinking of looking either way, I just walked in the street.
Why does that sound like you?
Yeah. Because I'm just a happy, I'm like a dog. It's like, oh, I'm just going to go, I'm not thinking about it. And I have my son with me, who I think he was probably about
little.
5 at the time.
Yeah.
And so, I remember as I'm across the street, there was a bus, one of those bus shelters. It was across the street, and I saw a woman standing there, and it was like she was standing there staring at me, and I just remember looking at her as I was crossing the street, and at the instant I saw that, a car just comes whoosh, going by, and it was, honest to God, like the car went through me, or me and my son, because all of a sudden it didn't hit me. I was between that car that just drove by and like the line. And how is that possible if the car was going down his own lane? So I don't know. And then I look and that woman's gone from the bus stop shelter. So that was just really, I know. So I totally believe.
Another place, dimension.
So, but I hear these stories all the time from people.
They exist. And we see several times in the Bible where there's instances like this.
Right.
And sometimes this word angel is actually when you start... and I always tell the folks that, are Christians or whatever, you read something that's an angel and, oh, that's an angel. Well, you better go back into Greek and Hebrew. You might find out it is God himself.
Right. There are a few times.
Right. There are times in the Bible that word angel was not properly translated, that it actually was God himself. We know that when wrestled with the... Jacob, when he wrestled with an angel, he didn't wrestle with an angel. He wrestled with God.
That's crazy.
Exactly how that all worked, I don't know if it was a 3-count match or if it was a 10-rounder or exactly how it went down, but he wrestled with God and wouldn't let go until God blessed him.
So,
yeah,
God shows up too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he also showed up another time.
Abraham.
With Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yep.
When he met with Abraham. He
Yep.
said, hey, he was actually arguing with God. Like,
God said, hey,
arguing, but hey, yo.
Well, facts regarding angels. Well, people don't become angels after death. A lot of people that I personally know think that when you die, you become an angel. And they're I don't know where people get that. It's a nice thought, but it's not scripture. And we really don't have any facts. I mean, people say that they see their loved ones after or whatever, but